on Sunday. Houston Roughnecks favored by 1 point at the Dallas Renegades. This line immediately jumped off the page to me because just, shooting from the hip, I would have thought Roughnecks, best team in the league, should probably be favored by more than 1 point, but the Renegades have looked good in the past 2 weeks. This is a over-under of 50.5, by far the highest total on the slate. Corner, what do you think?
Yeah, so this one, I'm right in line with the market. I will not be making any pregame bets. Last week, the only game I didn't make any pregame bets was that DC LA game. Thank God, I didn't have a good handle on it. This one, I just think it's capped perfectly. This is the game of the week. I think we're going to see a ton of points. You know, for DFS purposes, I love Dallas here. We've seen teams that play Houston just rack up play counts. We had LA. They ran 73 plays, St. Louis 83, Tampa Bay 76. And, that's why I have Cameron Artis-Payne and Lance Dunbar as my 1-2 running backs this week. It's mostly due to how many targets they see in the passing game. Artis-Payne, he's the lead back, and he still sees, he saw 4 targets, 5 targets, and 6. But Dunbar, he saw 6 targets week 1, 6 targets week 2, and then 11 last week. So I just think if we're going to see increased play volume, I can't expect that to go down too much. And I think the reason for that is, we talked about it the other week when Landry Jones was trying to scramble. His knee is not 100%. So I think he does use them as a safety valve. And I think that goes to show, like, Dallas, they've been, a slow start team with them. That's why I waited for Seattle to take the lead last week, and then I came in on them when they were a pick'em. I think in order to beat Houston, they're going to have to shake the rust off right away. So this is a situation where I think Dallas might surprise people. I've been saying that I think they're going to get better and better. They could end up being a top 2 team in the league. So that's why I'm saying I think this should be a pick'em. Is because Dallas, we have to remember that Landry Jones, he missed the whole month leading up to the start of the season, so he was going to have some rust. He's looked rusty the past couple weeks with some pretty brutal turnovers, but I think he's going to be there, and he's going to be pretty much at full strength here. So I think, this is going to be a shootout for sure.
Yeah, I've bet the over. This is the one game where I feel pretty decent about the over, even though it is the highest total on the slate. The Roughnecks have shown in the first 3 weeks that they are really an offense that is capable on their own of driving a total to the over. They pass more than anyone else in the league, or just as much as anyone else in the league. And even when they get ahead, they still pass. They have the 4 wide receiver set, spreading the defense out. And these defenses, most of them don't have 2 good cornerbacks, and the idea of having to put 4 of them out there, it really just emphasizes the extent to which the Roughnecks have an edge offensively and can score points. So I'm on the over here. Raybon, what are your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I have it Houston by a half point, so pretty in line with the market too. I think it's around, as Sean said, pretty much a coin flip game. I like the call of the Dallas offense. I think Donald Parham, even though he's expensive, he's what, 9.9K? Is he? Yeah, 9.9K. He's the guy that when Dallas needs to throw, they look to him. His target share is 14%, 28%, and 17%. He runs about 70% overall of the routes, but he's out there to catch the football. And so I like him in what could potentially be a shootout. And yeah, I think Dunbar, this seems like a Dunbar game. I have Dunbar ranked number 2 and Payne ranked number 1 as well, but I wouldn't be surprised in this game if Dunbar actually leads Dallas in production, because they seem to look at him just a little bit more in the passing game. He had a target share of 27% last week. He's been at 14% plus all 3 weeks. So if this turns into a back and forth game, I'm going with him as kind of a pivot off Cam Artis-Payne. And I think for Houston, I have Cam Phillips ranked as my number 1 receiver, but I also have Khalil Lewis ranked number 3. So this is a team that unfortunately Sammy Coates really hasn't been able to produce, and his routes run per dropback have gone down every week from 73 to 65 to 54. And Cam Phillips, Khalil Lewis played 95% of the routes last week, and Nick Holley played 100%. So looks like Houston is rolling with those 3 guys. Phillip Walker leading the league in passing yards. So This is a good DFS stat game, and probably the teams that you want to pay up for, and then try to find value with some of the other teams on the slate.
Raybon, 100% with you there on Kilo Lewis. He's my number 3 as well. I would rather have, I think, actually Lance Dunbar at 6,700 than Cameron Artis-Payne at 8,000. I think there's some good value there. And then you mentioned Sammy Coates. Man, it's painful. But he actually still had 121 air yards last week. He's still being targeted deep. It's just, can he actually convert those into yards? Yet to be seen.